Pre-scene. Before I start talking about your car's extended warranty, before I'm starting to talk about pre-workout, forbidden pre-workout, I'm going to talk about or take a ginger shot. So you're supposed to shake these. Shake me, it says. Then you do this. Yeah. Yeah, that's a ginger shot. Disgusting. But as I was saying yesterday, forbidden pre-workout. Elias, what is forbidden pre-workout? Well, it's some sort of I don't have the full explanation for that, but what I use it for is sort of you use bad things that has happened to you, or you make it up, and then you get very, very angry, anxious, revengeful, or whatever you want to call it. You just get very hyped up to lift weights. And for me, it works like a charm. But of course, there are good days and bad days. If I have a good breakfast, a good amount of sleep before the workout, you know, like, I can already feel myself gassed up. But so the forbidden pre-workout for me sort of starts. It can start the night before, or it can start right before the workout, or the first thing when I wake up, right? I get up, do my things, and I listen to a song, and I already get in the mood, like ready and just go. But when I am in the gym, you sort of start telling yourself things, maybe a bit before the gym as well, but definitely in the gym, where you can talk down on yourself, and I get just hyped up. I like, oh, you can't do this, and then you can't do this, and then I just get frustrated. Like, you can't do this shit, you can't do anything, you can't do that, and I get very pissed off, and then bam. Or you can, like the sort of most extreme. It's very extreme and it's very dark. So I don't want these things to happen, and that's mainly the reason for me thinking like that, because it gets me angry, pissed off, and just you can imagine or just sort of visualize bad things happening to friends, family members, and just those things really, really work. But be careful. Yeah. Girl problems, girl relationships, just relationships in general, those work very good. I have had a bunch of I haven't officially, or I haven't had a girlfriend, as me being a 20-year-old. I haven't, like, officially on the books. You had, when you were little and were in kindergarten, or I don't know, from first to seventh grade. That's us in here in Norway. But then you had a bunch of girlfriends, right? I haven't had. I have had those when I was little, of course. When I was a little boy, but any other than that, I haven't had a relationship. I think that comes with just personal things and what I've experienced and all that shenanigans. So I haven't had that, so I can use that to my advantage. That really works, and I just tell myself these bad things and just stuff like that, and people who have disappointed me, betrayed me, and all that stuff. You know, you want to wish, no, don't want to wish. You wanna prove them wrong, right? You wanna go. You wanna I'm gonna hit this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do those reps. I'm going to make sure I get to my goal because I want to prove everybody wrong, and I want to be the best version of myself. You know, I'm getting hyped up talking about this. You know, so all those stuff, and they sort of me doing them so often, it sort of becomes like a daily thing where I'm motivated all the time, and not all the time, but very often I get those thoughts in my head. I'm like, okay, I gotta go back to work, right? So it's very nice. It's very nice. So that's mainly what I do. Even though I usually don't take pre-workout sort of things. Sometimes I do, preferably a pre-workout shot. I don't like the powder too much, but the pre-workout shot is pretty good. I buy in the gym shop, and like, even though I had that, more the reason to do the forbidden pre-workout, but then because then I am really like not juiced up, but I am caffeinated, if that makes sense. I have a bunch of caffeine in me. I'm very, very hyped up physically, but I need to be mentally hyped up, right? And you know, music helps a lot. You take a song, you follow the whole song through until the drop or whatever bunch of things, or if it's a sad part in the song, or if it's a hype part in the song, you follow the whole song to that part. You get very gassed up, and then you imagine sort of a thing happening in that part, and then you get very like emotionally, and then I just carry on with the song, or I track back to the drop, let's say, or I just go to another song that gets me also very hyped up or gassed up or more focused to do the rep. And that's sort of like the thing I do on the incline bench, because there's other exercises as well. All exercises I have focus, but the one especially where I have a bunch of like trials, or a bunch of how do I say this? I have a bunch of attempts on trying to do the forbidden pre-workout. It's the incline bench, because you know we all have that. I wanna have this squat first, this squat exercise first, this bench, this pull up, because you want to do it best here. You don't want to waste your energy doing all the other exercises and then do that later. You want to excel in that exercise, right? You want to reach a goal in that exercise. That's me, the incline bench. So there, from the wardrobe, I already have listened to some music and hyped myself up. I go to the bench, I warm up, and then in the mid of the warm up, I have a song. I imagine stuff like that get me gassed up, and boom, bam, boom, and then right. But you also have to be careful, because for being a pre-workout, it's not sort of a manifestation, because that's not really what it is, but you keep telling yourself and keep visualizing the things in your head, right? And that can make you more scared of that actually happening. That can keep you more paranoid, or it can make trust issues even worse, right? There's a bunch of different things that can happen when you do continue with that. I have done forbidden pre-workout for a long period, right? and I can definitely, as well as the motivating part of I gotta prove people wrong. It's not healthy because you do you focus on you, right? But also like you want to be the best version of yourself, which is a good thing. But yeah, you get what I mean with the good with the bad, the good and the bad with the good. It's they all go like this and they come with you. So let's say you keep having a forbidden pre-workout where you have a girlfriend and she cheats on you, and you don't have a girlfriend. That may be leading to you having more trust issues about having a girlfriend because she will cheat on you, and sort of you haven't necessarily felt that emotion of being heartbroken and getting cheated on, but you sort of get an idea and then you get scared and you don't want to have a girlfriend because that was too well explained, which maybe makes you think that, do I have that issue? Maybe not. So you get the idea, right? So that's sort of the forbidden pre-workout explained in a way that I know it, I guess. So I am still going to keep doing it because it's so effective for me, especially. And you can have you can be very physically, let's say you have a bunch of energy on the start of the workout. Halfway through you don't have that good energy. If you still have that good mentality, no problem doing the rest of the workout, right? So, and the best feeling or the best sort of forbidden pre-workout is the most extreme I do, the more extreme visualization, okay, whatever. But the best sort of thing comes when I visualize the more extreme thing, or the more unknown thing, a next emotion or the next sort of moment that I don't have yet done too much of or haven't done yet. And that sort of makes me that sort of makes an anxious, like it tickles in sort of your chest and then your whole body, and you get very like very like you gotta let this out, right? And then you do and the way you let it out is doing the rep, right? Or doing the reps. And yeah, when it really starts to like tingle or whatever it's called, that feels well on. That feels amazing. So yeah, this is not me trying to sort of buy you into it, because it's also, with everything, there's a bunch of risks to it. It can be a risk mentally, because it's if you think, or if you have watched this video now and have thought, oh, that doesn't sound nice at all, it sounds so unhealthy, it sort of is. So you're not wrong. It's not the best thing you can do, right? But because we all sort of use a mental pre-workout, because we have this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to redo these reps to sort of mentally get you gassed up. But the more forbidden sort of pre-workout is the sort of extreme part where you visualize or you reenact moments in your head that's happened, which is painful and stuff like that, or fear. And yeah, so boom, 14 minutes of it, golly. And yeah, it has worked, ladies and gents. So yeah, tomorrow we're done now with the forbidden pre-workout. So if you're finished with that, you're finished with that. So tomorrow I am going to have work from 3 to 10. Before that, I will hope to have a workout, do some school, maybe watch the streaming part. Hopefully, workout, streaming, and then I will get ready and meal prep for work. I don't have a car, so I have to take the bus to and back, and I will get home a bit late, and that will be sort of the plan for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because those are the 3 days that I work. And we'll see, because it's the different time schedule for the different sort of classes. So yeah, didn't meet up through the physicals for today, but I am antisocial as fuck. So yeah. Hope you had a good day. Hope you will have a good day. I wish you the best. Have a laugh, have a smile, and be kind. Work towards a goal, a achievable goal, not an impossible or a very far away goal, something that seems and feels achievable. And then you can also have a bigger goal, but don't think too much about that. Have that achievable goal more in mind. Take care and goodbye.